What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Down Once More. I'm your host, Matt, and this week we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I recently have been hearing all the talk about K-pop Demon Hunters and how fantastic the music in that is. I have not had a chance to watch it yet, but it got me thinking about some fake songs from movies and TV shows. So songs that are put out by bands in the universe of those movies and TV shows that were created specifically for that by a fictional band or group, etc. And some of my favorites and what I think are the best. Now, this will by no means be a comprehensive list because it's just my opinion. So it's going to be limited by what I have seen and what I enjoy. And that might not be what everyone's favorite is. So I get that. I respect that. Also, get out in front of it. This is a podcast, so it is not a clip show. It is not a listicle like you might get from Miss Mojo or something like that. So there will not be clips of the actual songs in here. So sorry to disappoint you. If that causes you to turn it off, then go ahead, you can do that. Also, there's no rhyme or reason to the number of songs that I'm going through. These are just the ones that, as I was thinking about it, came to my head as what I think are some of the best fake songs from movies and TV shows out there. So let's get right into it. The main ones that are just stuck in my head right now are going to be from the TV show The Rookie, starring Nathan Fillion, and it went a little viral this past year. I felt like I was seeing it on Instagram Reels because I'm old and I watch that instead of TikTok. And that's the song Daddy Cop. It's performed by Xander Hawley. I think he has a different name in the show. I haven't actually watched the show. I've just seen the clip and became obsessed with the song because it was stuck in my head and I couldn't get it out of there. So the song that he sings to Nathan Fillion's John Nolan, the cop, as they're doing parking enforcement or some kind of vehicle enforcement right outside his garage band playing, starts singing to him. Catchy as hell, funny as hell scene because Nathan Fillion is fantastic and absolutely love it. It'll be stuck in my head. I thought it was Cop Cuties at first, but it's not. It's Daddy Cop. And it is, if you haven't heard it, you have to check it out. It's available anywhere you listen to streaming music. Daddy Cop by Xander Hawley, one of my favorites. So funny, in universe, and the song itself, insanely catchy. Following up from that, he apparently makes a reappearance later in the show, performing another song that is called 911 that is less popular. I don't see it on social media as much, but arguably just as catchy, if not more catchy than Daddy Cop. 911, also certified banger. Fantastic songs by Xander Hawley for The Rookie. So check those out if you haven't. I'm going to jump over to movies really quick. One of my all-time favorite comedy movies is Forgetting Sarah Marshall. So Russell Brand doing some sketchy things in real life now, but he's a piece of shit in the movie anyways. So we don't support him and his music with Infant Sorrow. What we do support is Jason Segel's character, which I'm blanking on what his name is in the movie. Peter. It's Peter. He is trying to write a Dracula musical, which I fully support, that is performed by puppets like Muppets, which I also support, and it is fantastic. You see a number from it at the end of the show, but the highlight is Dracula's Lament, the song that he plays from it at the bar with some encouragement from Mila Kunis's character, puts his name in to go up there and play a song from his Dracula musical at the bar. He gets up there, he sits down, and he starts playing, and just the mood and her laughter, because he does the whole voice, and I'm going to do a bad impression now. I said you weren't going to get clips, but you can get a bad impression from me. And he goes, "It's getting kind of hard to believe things are going to get better." And it's like, it's a ballad, it's sad, it's heart-wrenching, and this from Dracula, the ending lyrics are, "Die, die, I can't." And it is hilarious at the moment in the movie it takes place. Catchy as hell. It's on Apple Music. They put it out on the album, so I'm an Apple Music person. We've talked about this on here before. So I would assume it is on Spotify as well. Fantastic song, Dracula's Lament, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Check it out. Let's go back to TV. I told you there was no rhyme or reason to the order or anything that I'm doing there. I recently just finished a rewatch of How I Met Your Mother. Don't love how it ended. I'm on board with that just because of how rushed it felt, and the ultimate payoff kind of bleh. But How I Met Your Mother features Tony winner Neil Patrick Harris and has some just fantastic musical numbers in there, whether the songs that Jason Segel as Marshall is making up throughout it. Hilarious. It was my first introduction to 500 Miles, with existing song though, so it doesn't qualify for this. And arguably, even though Neil Patrick Harris has a fantastic song with Nothing Suits Me Like a Suit in it, the best song in the entire series is Let's Go to the Mall by Robin Sparkles. Good old Colby Smulders just performing this song because she was a Canadian teen pop star. It is catchy as hell. It will get stuck in your head. Now, we are introduced to some other Robin Sparkles songs like Sandcastles in the Sand and P.S. I Love You. Fantastic songs in their own right, but nothing touches the original one that we're introduced to in Let's Go to the Mall that recurs multiple times throughout the series. Fantastic. And like I said, just some fantastic. I forgot how many musical moments there are in How I Met Your Mother until I was rewatching it. So, hit or miss show. Ted's a garbage main character, kind of just the worst. But the show as a whole, a lot of fun. Next up, I'm going to go back to one of my favorite movies from childhood, and that is a Goofy movie. And this features two absolutely amazing in-universe songs. There's a lot of great songs in the movie as a whole. So like After Today is a song Max sings, but I don't consider that for this because this list is like songs that are created by a musical group and performed in universe, not musical songs that are created for the show in the hopes of being a musical. That makes sense. So like Let It Go from Frozen. That's not a fake song in my opinion because it is a song written for the movie, even though I'm now making this more confusing than it needs to be. But it's performed by a group or individual as a song that exists in that universe. So After Today is not a song that exists in the Goofy movie universe. Fantastic opening song, an opening number to that musical animated movie. But it wasn't created. It's not a song that exists in the universe. It's just the character singing as characters in musical do. But the pop star power line has some of the best Disney songs ever created, in my opinion. In Eye to Eye is the one that most people call to and cover. So on Disney's Goes Punk album, they did a cover of Eye to Eye. I think Magnolia Park was the one that did it. Fantastic cover. But my favorite Powerline song is Stand Out, the one Max performs for the school at the beginning of the movie. So good, so catchy. I still listen to it and have it on playlists to this day. I believe it's performed by Tegan Campbell, but Eye to Eye, Stand Out, great songs from a Goofy movie, one of the best Disney movies ever, in my opinion. Next up, we're going to go back to TV. Again, all over the place. And that is going to be from Schitt's Creek, A Little Bit Alexis. We never hear the whole song, but it is performed by Alexis's character when she's auditioning for a role and showing her kind of star power. And she's singing, she's dancing. It is ridiculous. It is catchy. Can't go wrong with A Little Bit Alexis from Schitt's Creek. Next is one that has pretty widespread success and is known beyond the constraints of the movie, but ultimately was a fake song for a movie, and that's going to be Scotty Doesn't Know by the band Illustra, but is performed in the movie Eurotrip with Matt Damon in just a fantastic cameo, just all sorts of piercings and just ridiculous rocking out. A little debaucherous song, a little bit raunchy, about Scotty's girlfriend cheating on Scotty with the band member, and Scotty doesn't know what's going on. Just some clever lyrics in there, even though a little bit, like I said, a little bit raunchy, but it is catchy. It still has staying power to this day. People know Scotty Doesn't Know, and it is far more well known than the movie Eurotrip, in my opinion. So that means it is an absolute fantastic, fake song from the movie. The next two ones are going to be a little bit satirical ones, and that is going to be from the movie Popstar, which is The Lonely Island, so from SNL, so Andy Samberg, Jorma Taccone, and I'm blanking on the other person's name, which is bad. But Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stopping, fantastic satirical like parody movie of like the Justin Bieber, the documentary of the pop stars and what they do, and they have a lot of great parody songs in it. Two of them are Equal Rights, Not Gay, which is Connor. They're performed by Connor for Real. Andy Samberg's name in it. And this is kind of poking fun at, I think it was when Macklemore and Ryan Lewis released Same Love, and just the people that are trying to champion for pride, but then trying to make it clear they're not gay and they're straight. So like straight championing for it. And that's what Connor for Real does in this song, which Pink is featured in the chorus. Fantastic, catchy, but he's singing about wanting equal rights, but then he's always throwing in not gay or things like that in it. It is hilarious. It sounds bad when I'm just saying it out here. It's not. It's a parody. You watch it in the context of the movie. Hilarious, great, and it made on both of Miss Mojo's lists. So go after them and not me. But Equal Rights, Not Gay. Fantastic song. The other one from that is the one that stuck in my head more regularly than almost any other song from a parody movie, especially, is Finest Girl, the Bin Laden song. And I'm not going to go into too many details on this one, but you can find the clip, the music video for it on YouTube from the movie. It is ridiculous. It is insane. It is, I don't know how to describe it besides just wild, rambunctious, but insanely catchy. So, Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stopping. We'll be talking about it on the pod sometime because it is one of my favorite parody musicals. The Weird Al one was great, but I think Popstar tops the parody satirical documentaries for me. Next is going to be a little bit more serious one, well, a lot bit more serious one, and that's going to be Shallow from A Star Is Born. This song just absolutely blew up when the movie came out, done partially in part because of how like haunting and beautiful the lyrics are, and then how amazing Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper sound singing it together, especially Lady Gaga's voice, just so insanely powerful. She is so talented and so great in that movie. This song is so good for being a fake song created for a movie. So can't go wrong with Shallow. Still listen to it regularly, and it's on my musical faves playlist. A lot of these are. Next up, we're going to go to a little bit more comedic one, and that is going to be In the End of Time from School of Rock. This is the song that Jack Black's character, Dewey Finn, makes up when he's trying to create a hit song for the band to join the Battle of the Bands. And it's him telling the story of the legend of the Rent and how he got kicked out of the band. Because it starts out, he's making everything about him, and he learns a lesson throughout the movie. Great movie. I'm not familiar. I have not watched the Broadway show or listened to even the cast album from the Broadway soundtrack. So Alex Brightman, who originated the role of Beetlejuice on Broadway, originated the role of Dewey Finn in School of Rock. And so I need to check it out sometime because I really enjoy the movie and I really enjoy musicals, so it would make sense that I watch it, but I haven't. But In the End of Time, one of the best songs in that movie, just ridiculous. It's not even a fully fleshed out song in the movie. He's kind of making it up on the spot with the band and riffing. So catchy, so good. Can't go wrong with it. We're going to go back to Disney for a second. I share, as many people who grew up in the 90s do, I share a love for boy bands. So, in Turning Red from Disney, there is the made-up boy band Four Town that has a song, Nobody Like You. Very catchy, just a quintessential boy band song. Catchy, harkens to Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, One Direction, all that fun stuff. Great song, Nobody Like You. I'm going to stay back to the kind of comedic route, and that's going to be The Wedding Singer with Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler's more in the news and talked about these days for Happy Gilmore 2 getting its like 30 plus year sequel. I still haven't watched it. It's on the list. I've heard the people I know who have seen it have said good things. It has mixed reviews overall. But in The Wedding Singer, the song that he makes up when he is just at the peak of just, is somebody kill me, is so great. And I use the GIF that says "Somebody kill me, please" with him playing the piano, multiple times. Piano? No, he's playing guitar. I haven't watched Wedding Singer in a long time, but his face saying "Somebody kill me, please," regular GIF rotation, top 10 most used. Great song, catchy. You can get it on Apple Music and Spotify as well. Great moment, great movie. Somebody kill me. And then something that I was debating whether or not I would include it in here because it kind of falls in between. It is from a musical, but they are songs that are performed by people in universe. They are songs that exist in that universe. They're not just the musical songs. And that is going to be Falling Slowly and Say It To Me Now from Once. Now, we've talked about Once in passing multiple times on the podcast, but we haven't fully reviewed it yet, either the movie or the Broadway show, which sadly there's not a pro shot of. But Once is such a beautiful, like, indie movie and has such amazing, heartfelt, soulful songs and lyrics. Falling Slowly by Glenn Hansard and Marketa Glova is absolutely beautiful, haunting, just an amazing song as a whole. Another one that I listen to regularly. And Say It To Me Now is one that's sung just by Glenn Hansard in it, but that one almost rivals Falling Slowly to me when he's just like screaming some of the chorus or the bridge, just some of the lyrics throughout it. I'm bad with like song structure, which is great for a musical podcast, but it is absolutely just, it hits me every time. Fantastic song. If you haven't checked out Once, you need to, and at least listen to the soundtrack from the movie. And the music from it is so absolutely beautiful and haunting. And Glenn Hansard and Marketa Glova have such beautiful voices. It's fantastic. Those are some of my favorites. And then the last one that I have listed is going to be from Parks and Rec, and that's 5,000 Candles in the Wind by Mouse Rat, performed by Chris Pratt, Andy Dwyer, because Leslie Knope says she wants a song that's like a candle in the wind, but 5,000 times better. So he writes 5,000 Candles in the Wind. It is when they say goodbye to little Sebastian. It is a great song in that universe, in the movie, the show. It is so much fun. So that kind of is going to do it for my list. Not a ton of like meat to it, and sorry I don't have clips in here, but they're all ones you should check out. I think most of them are pretty well known, and there's a ton that I missed or left off. This was just me thinking, which ones do I actually love and come to mind when I'm thinking about fake songs in movies and TV shows. So like I said, by no means extensive, but I want to hear you guys' favorites and which ones you think I left off or missed. I know there's a lot of people who say the ones from Scott Pilgrim versus the World. They are great. Some of them are great. There are some covers in there as well, but those don't really, I like them, but they're not ones that I'm throwing on the playlist in regular rotation. These are all ones that I would throw on my playlist and listen to regularly. I love them that much. So let us know in the comments on YouTube, comments on Instagram, DMs, whatever. Let's have a talk about what you think are the best fake songs in movie and TV. I'm going to be honest, I don't have much else to talk about this week. We're going to do another mini episode. I did have a little bit of, not an existential crisis, but just internal debate. We had a decent storm over the weekend where I live, like tornado level winds. It was wild. I could have sworn we were having a tornado. I woke up. It was the loudest I have ever heard the wind. It was whipping. I went out to my backyard, and I'll put videos and clips on the YouTube, and the neighbor's fence had blown over and was down in my yard. And I just looked across, and the other side of their fence had also blown down. And then the neighbors next to them's fence had blown down because the wind was just that insanely powerful. Now, my neighbor's house, the neighbor lady found dead there a year and a half, 2 years ago. And so it was vacant for a long time after that. And then I think some of her like next of kin and stuff fixed it up a little bit and then wanted to sell it. It sold about 3 or 4 months ago. I've not seen anyone over there since, except they have someone that comes and mows regularly. So the fence was laying down in my yard. And so what I did, because I didn't want it to kill the grass, is I pushed it back over into their yard, because it'll be 2 weeks before anyone's over there to mow typically. And so rarely see anyone. No one's living there, like is clearly uninhabited. Panels of the fence have fallen over before, put them back up. And so this was almost the entire fence, all except like one panel, which is only like half of the yard. So it's like 3 or 4 panels that are falling over. So I pushed it over into their yard, partially because they have like wood chips in that part, so they don't need to worry about it killing their grass or anything like that. And I'm like, no one's going to be there for 2 weeks. If I leave it laying over in my yard, it's going to kill the grass. I don't have the materials to rebuild their fence, nor should I, because their fence. So I did that. Then today, people are over there mowing, and I just kind of felt like a piece of shit for just pushing the fence over. I'm like, well, should I have left it laying down in my yard? Because it's like one of the fences laying that way, and then this one I push is laying that way. So the wind was whipping, so I can make that argument, but it does look a little bit off. And so I kind of felt bad for that. So I don't think I'm an asshole, because I think realistically, they're going to have to, it's not repairable. They're going to have to completely redo it. And what they did do today is they just took all the fence that had fallen down. They just took it all away and hauled it away. So I think what I did is I actually helped them, and I made it easier for them to pick it up because it was in their yard now. So I think actually I did a good deed, but I overthink things, and I felt bad about it. And I'm like, I should have left it laying down in my yard so they could have seen it like that, and it would have made more sense. So that's my thought. I don't think anyone I work with listens to the podcast. At least I hope not. So the other thing that I did is I work in a fairly professional setting. I don't like talking about my job on here just because 2 different worlds. This is fun. Don't want to bleed into the real life stuff, but professional setting. I now have a bookshelf in my office because rearranging offices, someone's moving, regardless. I now have a bookshelf that I need to fill. It has 8 shelves. What I don't have is things to put on an office bookshelf. You see, if you're watching on YouTube, my memorabilia, my things lining the walls here are whiskey bottles, a sign that says fuck off, things with Broadway quotes that has foul language in different languages, playbills, little figurines, random stuff like that. None of those things can I put up in a professional office that I have right now. I mean, I could probably put up the little Deadpool figurines if I wanted to do something like that. That doesn't look the most professional. I'm already a younger person in leadership, so I don't need to undermine that anymore. But as I say that, what I decided to do is because I went out to my parents' house, visited them, had dinner with them over the weekend, and what they still have is a ton of children's books. So what I took was Baby Bop's Fun with Colors, one of those old like cardboard thick books. And I took that from my parents' house. I told them I didn't steal it. And my plan is to put it on my bookshelf in my office and see how long it takes someone to notice it and say something. So I'll report back on how long it takes someone to notice this. My worst fear will be that someone like at the CEO level will come into my office randomly and they will be the person that notices it. But it is not a big enough fear that is causing me to kill the bit. So that's my plan. That's what I'm going to be doing. It's in my backpack right now. There is a 50-50 chance I'll chicken out tomorrow when I actually go into work, because I'm recording this on Sunday ahead of time for once. I'm still probably going to wait to edit until Tuesday, so it's still a last-minute rush job. Can't give myself time to overthink and re-record everything. So I don't have anything else really to touch on. If you haven't checked it out yet, I was on Diary of a Swiftie pod again, joined Ella to talk there, had some fun, talked some concerts, some random things. I mentioned it last episode, our hour and 43 minute conversation got edited down to 43 minutes. And so a lot of stuff missing, but a lot of fun. And so check that out. Go show them some love if you like some pop culture music. They have some fun over there. And then I don't have anything else for you this week. The plan will be for August movie. Brad will join the pod and we will revisit the Heathers the musical, the pro shot that is on Roku. So Rayleigh and I reviewed it. But Heathers is doing their run in New York right now. Brad has never seen Heathers, the original movie or the musical. And so I'm going to make Brad watch it and we'll do a revisited episode like we did with the last 5 years. So it won't be a crazy in-depth review, but it will be talking about the musical as a whole, getting Brad's instant reaction, thoughts, and me kind of revisiting some of my thoughts on that. So we will do that for August musical review. I also have coming up at the end of the month my first show in my Broadway season at the local theater here. So the national tour of Frozen is coming. So I will be seeing that. Nothing screams August kicking off your 2025-2026 season like Frozen the musical. So I will be seeing that and reviewing that on the podcast as well. So we're getting back into the swing with that. I think after that, I think I just said that 10 times in the last 2 minutes. But I think the next one isn't until October. So a big gap between August and the next one, but gonna have some fun. Gonna review that on the podcast, so stay tuned. Lots of other fun, exciting things coming up that I don't have planned yet, but I just know it will be fun and exciting. So make sure that you subscribe on podcast platforms. Make sure you download the episodes so I know that you're listening and that you like it. Give us a rating on there. Head over to YouTube, follow us, subscribe on there as well. Go to our Instagram at Down Once More Pod. Follow, DM, message. I like to converse with you guys, so feel free to reach out to us on there to have some conversations. I also enjoy being a guest on other people's podcasts. I've done a Diary of Swiftie pod twice, Brewcast once, had some other random conversations. I enjoy it because I enjoy chatting. It's fun to have someone to bounce back and forth with, and I enjoy not having to do the editing, promoting piece, which if you follow the pod, I don't really promote anyways. But do all those things. Follow me, support me, suggest me to your favorite podcasts to come on as a guest. And tell me if there's anyone that you think would be just a fantastic guest on Down Once More Pod. Hit me up. Or if you want to be a guest on Down Once More Pod, you think you have something you want to talk about, have some fun, chat, banter, hey, I'm open to it. So reach out, follow, subscribe, share. I'm getting a little more active on TikTok, posting the kind of after credits that I do on here that are the time lapses of the recording. Been posting those on TikTok. So head over there. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, you can stay tuned after the outro and check out the time lapse there. So throw a like on the video, throw a rating on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thank you for being here. Love you all. And don't forget to go down once more. Later.